Welcome to Cosmic Gaia, hosted by cosmic astrologer and global alchemist Laura Eisenhower on the Quantum Waves channel of Sci-Spi.tv, merging science and spirituality.
Hey everybody, Laura Eisenhower here. Hope you're all doing great. There's a lot to share about this week. This is a very significant week. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Well, today is Monday, and there is a square aspect between the Sun and Saturn. And basically, squared aspects represent friction and something that feels challenging. And so because Saturn connects with outer authority and rules and also limitation and structure, the law of structure, on a physical level, it connects with our skeletal system and our teeth. So it's, structure. So we see this old paradigm structure and government structure that has not really been very easy on us as a humanity. Lots of infiltration and dark forces, and I won't get into it. We all know about the cabal, and we're seeing, leadership change, but maybe the whole structure of the government is changing, which this paradigm shift would definitely be instigating and bringing forth. And with this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, that's kind of like what it's all about. But because these darker forces don't want this structure of government to change, and I mean for the better, it's trying to make it change for the worst. More restrictions, things like mandatory vaccinations, and dark technology rollouts like 5G to compromise us further. And so that's why we are at a major, major crossroads. And the Sun making a difficult aspect to Saturn is very much that pressure that we're feeling and that feeling of being blocked. I mean, this quarantine has been going on for a while. So this tension is probably going to feel a lot more intense as the Sun starts to move towards Uranus, and that's going to happen on Sunday. So as something is like kind of constricting us, something wants to set us free, it can be pretty tough on the nervous system. So we need to just sort of shut everything down, take a deep breath, and know that those restrictions, a lot of them are just, putting us in a what if and what does the future hold. A lot of it is capturing our minds before the actual reality shows up. And so we just want to make sure we step back and we don't lose a lot of our life force to these possibilities, even though they're already showing, themselves like it could go this way, it could go that way. There's multiple possibilities in just, what is playing out. And so we play a big part in that as co-creators. So with the Sun getting closer to Uranus, we need to just kind of shut down, make sure we're grounded, and really support the nervous system. Uranus is an electrical energy, stimulates our nervous systems. It also can bring up past traumas and create a lot of anxiety. So every planet has a shadow side. And so the shadow of Uranus also connects to dark technologies and how, when we're disempowered, it's very easy for dark agendas to get their hooks into us and to convince people that are going through this powerful initiation that these are the solutions that definitely aren't, good for us. So between mandatory vaccines and things like 5G and, quarantine and Uranus coming, this is a huge week. Wednesday, we also have a new moon. And so Wednesday with the new moon in Taurus, we really, really need to take an hour or two and really ground ourselves, set our intention, and make sure that we're working these energies in the best way possible. Uranus is always a big activation because it connects us with our higher mind. It connects us with our authenticity. It connects us with the truth frequency. But it also represents shocks and upheavals that come out of left field. And ultimately, it can lead to great awakening. But if we have breakdowns and we don't understand it, or we expect somebody else to solve it, that's when we're vulnerable to the trappings of Saturn. So everybody's different in the way they're going to handle this. But basically, when the shock and upheaval happens in any area of your life, to make sure you take a step back and you really, really tap into your inner guidance. What is the message trying to come through? Uranus connects with downloads and epiphanies. It connects us with our authenticity and the truth frequency. And again, when we are in the shadow side of it, sometimes in that panic, we don't follow through the complete initiation that's available. which can lead to panic attacks, can lead to insomnia. I mean, the thing is, it's going to heighten our nervous system anyway. Then we got the Schumann resonance revealing a lot of this. So sleep patterns might be a little bit erratic, even when Uranus is well aspected. So a conjunction with the sun is you know, going to help us break through the binding nature of Saturn. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden the quarantine is going to be over, but it can help us to see where something's trying to take a chunk out of us and cause us, you know, the fear and anxiety. And so if everybody feels like a heightening of this energy, you know, just remember Wednesday is the new moon, and the new moon is going to be at 7:25 Pacific time. And after this new moon, as we enter the weekend before the sun conjuncts Uranus, we have a Mercury Square Pluto. And so the intensity in our mental body, the need to speak truth, the need to dig deep to access just the depths of ourselves, there's going to be a lot that's going to want to come to the surface. The anxiety part of it and the fact that Mercury is square Pluto might mean that as we express ourselves, it doesn't come out very well. It might sound controlling, it might sound dark, it might sound fearful, it might feel in the response to a survival kind of energy just because these activations are so strong. It just might mean that we don't think well before we speak. But if we take the time and we're in our breath and we ground ourselves, it can really give great power to our words. I mean, Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, alchemy, transformation. It's been in this conjunction with Saturn, even though it's not as close as it was in January. But the Mercury energy is really giving us the chance to utilize our voice to change the vibration of the planet and our own experience. No matter what might be confining, we get to free ourselves despite that. And then everything will follow. If we don't claim it first, then we're not going to see a whole lot maybe, you know, change. But of course, we're working energy on a collective level as well. Pluto is also stationing direct and is going to start to go retrograde on Saturday. And so people might be feeling a lot of intensity, confusion with partners. Eris is in the mix, and that's the goddess of strife and conflict. And that's been there, you know, creating, you know, a lot of intensity. And so, yeah, Mercury is also going to be square Jupiter. So Saturday, yeah, just be careful with your words, you know, start off, you know, really being determined to take time out on Wednesday. Be aware Monday, Tuesday, there might be a lot of, you know, tension, you know, as Uranus starts to, you know, come in more strongly. You know, that tension is going to want to break. So Wednesday is a chance to breathe deep, set intentions, ground ourselves, and know what we're working with. And then as we try and break free, maybe through our throat chakra, we can take that extra breath, be careful with our words, and make sure they're potent, because our words are very, very creative right now. So are our belief systems. We want to go into knowingness, though, authenticity, truth. And it has to start with us being genuine and supportive of what our needs are. And also not judging any anger or depression that might come up, or judging others if they're lashing out or not having the easiest of times. Of course, you know, a boundary to anything abusive and anything that just is too much is very, very important. And that's where we can work with Saturn. Instead of it feeling like constriction, let's turn it into boundaries. Boundaries to information we don't want to allow in, that we don't agree with. And we many of us have already done that because we know what we want and what we don't want as far as in the world and timelines, but on a very personal level, of course. So as this intensity increases, as we move into like Friday, Saturday, and the weekend, and the sun conjuncts Uranus, hopefully people will be feeling really good. And I will do another report after Sunday. But this conjunction with Uranus, you know, remember the shadow side has to do with dark technology, has to do with breakdowns, has to do with anxiety and panic attacks. And our recognition of that is also the breakthrough to say, wait a second, I need to breathe through this. I need to work through this. I need to get myself in alignment. So there might be more electronic harassments. There might be a new wave of a possible introduction of something we don't want to see. And so we want to use our voices. I'll be doing a lot of interviews and podcasts and just really amplifying to the collective where we're at, what needs to be said with many others, and in oneness and unity with all of you. So it's really important weekend to exercise our voice and our truth, and try and do so from a grounded place, and let yourself be set free But notice the hooks and the things that are causing this tension and making you feel like you can't. And then lift that belief system into a knowingness that you're a sovereign being. You don't have to submit or compromise to these lesser energies, and we will not quit. We've got the strength, all of us. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. And yeah, just take the time and believe in yourself. That's what connecting to the truth frequency is. We've got a lot to discover about what we're made of. These sort of activations can upgrade our DNA. And this is where the hijacking always seems to happen. Every time we're about to take a leap, something comes in and tries to divert it. And so we're up against that big time this week with Saturn. So remember, Wednesday, the new moon, maybe I'll be able to create something. I'm really trying to, do lives, and I want to do lives and, in those moments. But remember the new moon. And I'll try and, put out more, but sending you all so much love and support. Take good care of your nervous systems, find grounding, maybe walk barefoot. And wild lettuce is a great nervine, skullcap, herb, kava, and those won't make you too drowsy during the day. At night, if you find yourself having insomnia, valerian, passion flower, hops that are in some of these herbal blends, and even California poppy, which is in something called a deep sleep blend. That is the name, and it's from Herbal Medicine Company. And that will help you sleep at night. It certainly knocks me out. So L-carnitine and alpha-lipoic acid will also help support the nervous system. And make sure you're taking plenty of B vitamins, because as these energies get amped, it depletes our B vitamins really rapidly, because when our nervous system is overworked, it can leach a lot of or release a lot of things that our body needs to utilize for energy. And so magnesium's really good, powdered magnesium. And anyway, hope that was helpful. Much love, everybody. Bye.
Thank you for watching Cosmic Gaia on the Quantum Waves channel of Sci-Spi.tv.